Hi, I am Kiki and welcome to my channel and also my first video. I will be honest, I'm a bit nervous. I'm not really someone that's always in front of the camera or tends to love being in front of the camera, but I feel like I'm someone with a lot of opinions. I wouldn't say a super pop culture addicted person or someone that's like overly chronically online, but I do consume quite a bit of media and I have a lot of opinions on them, and I would just love to have a space, an outlet, if you will, to express those opinions. So that is what brings me here to the YouTube platform to, express those ideas, thoughts, feelings. I have many of them on all that I watch and read, but I would love this channel to be a space that I can come to express my feelings on those things. So I am 33. I am a Caribbean girl from the Bahamas. 242 to the world. And I've just always been someone that was really big on reading and movies since I was like a young teenager, like 12, 13 years old. And I just always wanted to sort of share those opinions, but I've always kind of been afraid of coming online and sort of like putting myself, do anything like front facing. But in the year of our Lord 2025, I decide, hey, give it a try. So what I have been reading lately, after being out of the reading game for a bit, I had like a case of the depressies. A lot of changes, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, and I kind of fell off with reading for a while. I was an avid audiobook listener. That was like my go-to. I love Audible, I love you down, girl, love it. I was doing Audible since 2018, but I've been like an avid reader since I was like 12 or 13, so like circa like 04, 05. So like, adult life, you get busy, life changes, you're not really to physically, read a copy of a book. So Audible was perfect because I can like throw it on, I'm in the shower, doing dishes, cleaning up, whatever, throw it on, listen to it, love it, still to this day. That's what kept me basically going. But like I said, fell into like a bit of a depression for a while, and I just neglected things that brought me joy, as one does when the depression start to kick your ass basically. But I wanted to dip my toe back into the reading game, and I started off with graphic novels. The first one I officially read after going through my dry spell was Junji Ito's Smashed, which I love. I love Junji Ito, oh my god. I feel like if I could have dinner with an author and pick their brains, originally it was J.K. Rowling, but the books wrote themselves at this point, because fuck that lady and her weird ideologies. We do not condone, like, at all whatsoever. Like, no. But now that is between Junji Ito and Stephen King. They are my favorite authors, and I definitely will say if I had the opportunity to pick anyone's brain, it would be those two men. It's just like beautiful. And what particularly I love about Junji Ito is his artistry. It is so beautiful, and you automatically, like, if you've seen his work, you automatically know, like, hey, that's him. Like, you can clock it. Immediately, his style, and I really love it and I really enjoy it. And Smash was actually really good. It's honestly really good, and I would recommend. I gave it like a 7 out of 10, but what I am reading right now, what I am here to talk about, my first book that I would like to review or, you know, have a little conversation about, is Interview with the Vampire, Claudia's story. Now, as I'm dipping my toe back into the reading world, I decided to, you know, support local library. So that's where I'm getting like some of my books. I do still have Audible, but for the time being, I'm in between that and reading graphic novels. So let's get into it. Now, originally, of course, the Interview with the Vampire series was written originally by author Anne Rice. May she rest in peace. She passed away a few years ago. However, she did approve of the book being made, and it is a graphic novel written by, the adaptation, the artistry by Ashley Marie Witter. Yeah, and the artistry is just really, really beautiful. I don't know if I can get like a really good look in there of like some of her work, but it is really beautiful. I will say what I do love about the novel was not only the absolute beautiful works of art. I really enjoyed just kind of getting more of, sorry, the cats are we have 2 cats and they just broke into the room. Okay, it's their world. I'm just living in it, honestly. Anyway. Okay, so what I also really loved about it was just having a more deeper understanding of Claudia's side of things and having it really from her perspective. Now, I have read Interview with the Vampire, which is from Louis' perspective, and we hear more of course, his side and his version of how these things happen after he was turned into a vampire himself by Lestat. So I feel like if we have to talk about anything dealing with Interview with the Vampire, we would have to start with, of course, Interview with the Vampire itself, which is the story, this is the original, the one that Anne Rice wrote, not the latest adaptation, I should say, from the TV series on AMC, which is amazing. Like, listen to me, Jacob Anderson, Sam Reed, like, listen to me, like, baby, amazing job. They did an absolutely amazing job. They deserve an Emmy. They deserve an Emmy. They deserve a Golden Globe. They deserve like a Critics' Choice Award, like a Brit Award, whatever. They fucking deserve it. Okay, the acting, phenomenal. Okay, they go to bat. Okay, like, amazing job. I cannot praise that show enough. My only issue with the show is, do we really be having to wait 2 whole years per season? Like, can we please, like, if we could not wait 2 years for a season, that'd be great. Other than that, absolutely love the show. But let's get back into it of all, the actual book series itself. Sorry, it's a cat. I have to pet them. Like, I can't come across them and not want to pet them. I'm sorry. But if we can get back into the story and where it starts, which is with Louis. The book starts with Louis and his mourning of his brother Paul, and he comes across Lestat looking for companionship. Of course, he's very lonely. He turns Louis. Now Louis becomes basically very disillusioned with vampire life very quickly because he cannot stand the idea of having to take a human life, which is very understandable. Like any like person would feel the same way. You have to take someone's life. Of course you don't want to do that unless you're a psychopath, and then, you know, check your computer. What are you into? But but yeah, so Louis becomes very disillusioned with vampire life very quickly and starts to resent it and starts to feel like he's losing his humanity, becomes withdrawn from Lestat, who is the complete opposite, and kind of, I would say, how do I describe Lestat? I mean, he's iconic. He is the moment. He is naturally blonde. Lestat is definitely one of those larger than life characters, and he definitely leans into what it is to be a vampire. Okay, blood, sassiness and all. Okay, he is a diva. Okay, and he can't really, it's like they're kind of like opposites. They're very much opposites and they're clashing because Lestat has his view of life, which is, you know, have fun, enjoy it, you're a vampire, do what vampires do. And Louis can't understand this because he just can't grasp, like, how could you feel okay with taking a human life? Like, that's something that he can't stomach for himself. However, Louis does struggle with this, and one day, while Louis is out, he comes across this child and her mother, and the poor child, she's very sick and she's clinging on to her sick mother that's passed away. And as Louis is like watching this, he can't, well, I guess not push down this craving he has. You know, he's a vampire. He, you know, he's hungry. He craves human blood, and he can't help but to stop this intense craving, and he latches on to that little girl, and he almost drains her and kills her completely. And he is just wrecked with like grief having done this, and he basically, you know, hates himself and he's so angry. And then Lestat offers to save her, and he turns her, and she becomes a vampire at the age of 5, and that kind of just sets off like this whole train wreck scenario that's ultimately gonna come down the line. Okay, so basically it's kind of like Louis going through a lot emotionally. Lestat has his like claws in Louis, but he's starting to feel like, you know, he doesn't have the claws in Louis quite as deep. It's basically like they're married, and Lestat basically gives Louis to Claudia. Like, he's just like, oh, you want to leave? Actually, I'm pregnant. You're trapped. Like, you're staying here. And Louis is just like, what the fuck did you do? Like, I already feel bad enough that I, like, almost drained this girl within an inch of her life. You turned her into a fucking vampire? Like, why did you think to do this? So Louis like utterly disgusted by this whole situation, and he slowly starts to I guess love and care for Claudia. I feel like they both love Claudia, but in their own way. I feel like Lestat's way is just kind of like he wants to raise Claudia in the likeness of himself, and Louis not doesn't want to raise Claudia in the likeness of himself. I feel like he more or less wants to raise Claudia in a way that she still holds on to her humanity, while also, you know, helping her grow and like shaping her into like a good person. And where they tend to clash is the fact that Lestat is a murderous fiend and Louis is more like a broody, emo, always in my feelings, just, I don't know, soft boy. And we love him for it. I love Louis. I really do. Like, no Louis hate at all whatsoever. I love Louis. He's just very moody, very broody, kind of like woe is me sometimes. Like, love you, Louis, but I feel like, is Louis a Cancer? I feel like Louis would be like a Cancer or Pisces maybe. Like, I don't know. He gives very much water sign. But yes. So as the years go on, Lestat basically lavishes on Claudia, like gives her all of these presents, these gifts, gives her everything he wants, spoils her rotten, takes her out to hunt, and they bond that way, while Louis kind of takes care of her in a more emotional way, more of a more nurturing relationship versus the one that she has with Lestat. I feel like Louis definitely more of the nurturer than Lestat was, and Claudia really clings to him, and she has this very intense, strong bond with Louis. And going reading the novel, get more of an insight to really see Claudia's feelings, because of course reading Interview with the Vampire, you have Louis' side and, you know, what's going in his mind during all of this, and then you have Lestat, of course he has his novel and you hear, you know, his version of things. But with this, you really get an insight into, hey, this is what Claudia had going on during all of this, and also her personal feelings on it and how it affected her. And I feel like when we talk about Claudia's character, it really made me sad. And I feel like when I first came across Interview with the Vampire when I was a kid, because the original movie came out like late 90s, the one starring Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, with Kristen Dunst playing Claudia. It was really good. I really loved it. Like, I would always watch it on and off, on and off. And then, of course, I ultimately decided to read the novel itself. And, of course, I'm a huge fan of the AMC series with Sam Reed and Jacob Anderson. Phenomenal actors. Like I said, I can't give that show enough praise. I personally wish the show could go on for like another five seasons. Like, I could continuously like watch it. It has so much heart and so much feeling. Like, oh my god, I can give that show praise all day. Like, they truly deserve more recognition. They are truly underrated for the phenomenal job that they do. But yes, I love that we got a real insight to understand the pain that Claudia was going through. Like, you can only imagine what she must have felt as a full grown woman. Like, she's a fully formed grown woman, and she has all of these emotions and all of these feelings, and she can't really properly, yes, I see you, this one is very attention seeking, but you can tell that she has all of these complex feelings, because she's going through a very unique experience. Like, she's a vampire, but she's also only 5 years old. Well, she's in the body of a 5-year-old, but I think at this point, like, Claudia is like in her like 40s to like 50s. I think like she it said she was with them for like 60 years, and you know, she's getting older and older, and she has like all of these restrictions, and she like truly craves to have the body that reflects the mind that she has. And I really felt for her. I was reading it, of how she must have felt going through all of this and realizing like there's nothing you can do about it. And that leads her to become angry and resentful towards Lestat, towards Louis as well. But it's definitely, oh my god, they keep on, girl, behave. Oh, see that? It's the attention seeking one. He's very attention seeking. But we then see Claudia start to resent Lestat, and to a much lesser degree Louis, because I feel like, yes, she definitely had her issues with Louis, but it was truly Lestat, like, that she really and truly needed to ultimately kind of hash that shit out. And baby girl did a lot more than hash it out. Okay, she devises this plan to take Lestat far out of the group chat, baby. I'm talking, sorry, I gotta, comfy. But Claudia devises this plan to once and for all get Lestat out of her and Louis' lives, as she sees Lestat as someone that's basically trapping them against their will and forcing them to stay with him, as so he would not be lonely. Because Claudia now, as she matures, she has all these questions. She wants to know, like, okay, yes, I'm a vampire, you made me, but is it just us? Are we the only vampires that are out there? She has all these questions. She's curious. It's like Lestat turned them into vampires and just didn't give them any kind of instruction, any type of knowledge. He kind of cut them off. It's like he holds them captive and holds them like so close because he's lonely and he wants a companionship. But at the same time, he gives them no real knowledge of, hey, this is what the vampire world is. He gives them nothing. And it starts to truly eat away at Claudia, making her angrier and angrier. She starts to feel more and more like a caged bird. Her body is already this big restrictive thing, and now she's restricted again by not having any knowledge of what is the reason for why she is the way she is, why she can never grow, why can't she be around people that she's familiar with. And also she feels like she has no one that she can really connect to. And it just, reading the novel really gives me an insight more into why Claudia went and did the things that she did. Because reading it from Louis' perspective, yeah, I get it on a level, but now I understand more so why, like the intense feeling of being trapped in so many different layers and in so many different ways, and you're asking this person like why, and they're like withholding that even more so from you. So Claudia did what I guess any sane person would do in this scenario and plotted Lestat's murder. His untimely demise, if you will. So my girl came up with an idea. She basically drugged these two little boys, offered them up to Lestat as like a gift, like a peace treaty. And Lestat, though like suspicious, he was just like, okay, you say you're interested in making peace. He believes her, decides to drink the blood of these poor innocent children, by the way, and Claudia actually kill them, and drinking the blood of one that's already dead basically kills you. And Claudia watches him drink their blood and starts smiling, and Lestat doesn't realize what she's done until it's too late. And Louis basically like comes across like this whole scene of seeing what Claudia's doing. Lestat's like, you know, clutching his pearls, like he's just like, Louis, help me, take me to my coffin. Louis is just looking like, what the hell did I just walk in on? Like, Claudia, I know you were like sending shots, but bitch, you really did it. Like, he's also clutching his pearls. And Claudia is crashing the fuck out. She is literally like stabbed Lestat. Like, honestly, the scene that Claudia slashes Lestat's throat in the graphic novel, I don't want to show it because I feel like, you know, YouTube and their like guidelines or whatever, but the way it's illustrated in the graphic novel is so beautiful. It's honestly like really, really beautiful, like to me, with like the different like colors of like the blood. And I mean, it sounds really morbid to say, but illustrated, it was very beautiful, very, very beautiful. And it is just a chaotic as hell scene. Then Claudia turns to Louis and just like, Louis, we did it. And like, Louis still there clutching his pearls like, bitch, are you speaking French? We like, he's just like, Claudia, what have you done? Like, it's insane. But he loves Claudia. He loves Claudia. They have, like I said before, they have a very, very intense bond. They truly love each other. And he ultimately decides to help Claudia dispose of Lestat's body. But Lestat, of course, he basically had a backup plan, okay? Since Claudia and Louis weren't acting right, Lestat went, he got himself another minion in the form of like a musician that basically comes back and with Lestat. And this time around, when Lestat comes back with his little musician boo that he had on the back burner, they try to attack them. However, Louis lights that bitch up, and their home is engulfed in flames. It's completely destroyed, and they think once and for all that Lestat is truly dead. Then they escape, head all the way to Europe, but to no avail, though. They didn't really come across the vampires that they were searching for. Louis is, however, very disgusted, so I'll forget to that part. Louis, however, he is very upset with Claudia at first. Like, he's very disgusted by her actions. He's very much like, why did you do that? This is insane. I didn't really want all of this to happen. What the actual fuck? Okay? So, but once again, even though he's upset with Claudia, he also loves her. So he forgives her. They continue their journey looking for the other vampires that Claudia is so determined to find. And what happens? They come across these zombified like creatures that are like rabid animals. Like, they're not even quite like, they have no humanity. Like, they're not like Claudia and like Louis. They're not functioning human beings. They're just kind of like humanoids. And it takes them a very long time to come across anyone like themselves, like true real vampires, until they get to Paris, where they meet the vampire Armand. and the Théâtre des Vampires. And these people, okay, so the vampire Armand is basically like the coven master of the Théâtre des Vampires. So he is the head of the coven, and his little minions down at the bottom, the actors in the play that basically kill people on stage, but they fool the audience by making them feel like it's basically Tony Award winning work while they're actually killing people and feeding on them. And they get away with it, like I said, because they make it look like it's a part of a play. And they quickly realize that Louis and Claudia were actually running away from their crimes. Okay, because in the vampire realm, the worst thing that you can do is kill one of your own kind, and they have figured out that Claudia and Louis actually killed Lestat. Well, attempted to, because guess who's alive? Lestat, bitch. Because queens never die. Okay, queens never die. So Lestat pulls up in Paris. Though truthfully, Lestat is upset about the whole attempted murder on his behalf. You tried to kill him twice, 2 times. Now, he does not want to have Claudia or Louis killed. So even though he's upset with them and wants like some kind of retaliation and punishment, he doesn't want them to die. However, Claudia ends up being sacrificed along with Madeline, which is a lady that doll maker that Claudia met, that she basically guilted Louis into making for her, as she was already knowing that Louis was going to run off with Armand, as Armand was very drawn to Louis, and Armand was becoming very possessive and kind of giving Claudia like the notion of, you need to get out of the way because Louis my man now. You need to go. Bye. To the left, bitch. So, that being said, Louis ends up avenging Claudia's death. Her and Madeline are killed by being exposed to sunlight, and Louis comes back in retaliation and kills all of the perpetrators, all of the vampires from the Théâtre des Vampires. And the novel, of course, ends with Claudia succumbing to her injuries with Madeline, and in her passing, she just hoped that Louis would be okay, as she knew it would really affect him. Like in her last moments, in her last thoughts, it was about is Louis going to be okay? How will he get past this? And I really love that. I love the fact that she still considered him. Louis was still something that was really, really on her mind. I thought that was sweet. I genuinely thought that was sweet. But it was a really great novel. I really enjoyed it. If I had to rate it out of 10, I would honestly rate it a 8.5. It was really good. And I would recommend. I would genuinely recommend, especially if you're a fan of the novels. Definitely pick it up, read it. You will not regret it. Also, I just want to say, AMC, anybody from AMC ever comes across this video, okay, we need 5 more seasons. We need 5 5 more seasons, okay? All right. And can we please get Jacob Anderson and Sam Reed like some awards? They need recognition. Like, I'm sorry, like I have to go to bat for them. Like, they deserve fucking recognition, okay? They truly deserve it. They are phenomenal actors, okay? As well as the actresses that played Claudia. I'm sorry, I think Delaney, and I can't remember the other actress's name right now, but they both did absolutely phenomenal jobs. Like, the whole entire cast, the crew, everybody. Anne Rice, thank you for bringing us these characters. You are an amazing author in your own right. Absolutely loved it. But yeah, that is just my opinion, my review of Interview with the Vampire. I can't talk. That is my humble little review on Interview with the Vampire, Claudia's story. My next story that I'm reading on Audible right now so far is a guide for Wayward Girls. Oh, sorry, Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix. I have like the hard copy here because I got it from the library, but I'm actually reading it on Audible right now, and it's pretty good. I am like little like halfway done in it, but honestly it's like a pretty good novel. I'll probably give a review of it like once I'm done, but that's also what I am reading right now. And what am I watching right now? Well, I just started the 4th season of The Bear. I think the 4th season of season 4 of The Bear is probably my favorite episode in the entire series. It was written by IWTV, as well as the actor that plays Marcus in the show, and I feel like they did a phenomenal job. It is so freaking good. I really loved it, and I am curious what they do with the rest of the season. I haven't watched the whole thing yet. I'm only on I think I'm going on episode 6 now, but I'm liking it so far, although it does become frustrating in parts because sometimes I just kind of want to strangle Carmi. It's like, I get what you're going through, babe, but sometimes he becomes really frustrating. And also, I don't want to see Claire. I don't want to see her. I don't want to see Claire anymore. Bye, Claire. I do not like her. I'm sorry, but I do not like Claire at all. I feel like she kind of like adds nothing. I feel like, is she Carmi's version of like a manic pixie dream girl situation? I don't know, but I don't care for her. I'm sorry. Am I being me? I feel like I'm not even being me. I feel like I'm being real. Okay, I'm saying what the people feel. Okay. And yes, I am a Sid Carmi shipper, so whatever. I don't care. Sid Carmi all the way. And until that show has a series finale that proves otherwise, Sid and Carmi belong together, okay? Put that in your pipe and smoke it. But I really hope you guys enjoy my review. Thank you for watching my first video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you made it this far, please stick around. I will see if I can at least make 1 video per week, 1 to 2, as I'm starting my journey. And yeah, but like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you're watching. Let me know what you're reading right now. If you have any recommendations, drop it down in the comments, please. And yeah, thank you for joining me. Bye.